Hey, it's Nicole here. So we're on part 4 of 10 in my video series on thriving through change. So what I want to talk about today is usually people's least favorite topic. I want to talk about conflict. And I know nobody wakes up hoping for tension in a meeting, right? But when we're going through times of change and disruption and sometimes chaos, conflict will happen. And the truth is, many of us try to avoid it, but the conflict can be a bit of an invitation to get curious, to learn what matters to your team, and to just generally make better decisions together. It takes courage. And it takes some vulnerability, but the reality is conflict is normal. We want people showing up with opinions, with heart, with passion. Um, and so conflict is going to happen when people's values maybe rub up against some decision that's being made around change. So, what hurts a team is not the conflict necessarily. What hurts the team is when that tension goes underground and people start protecting themselves instead of listening and leaning in and contributing. And that impacts the whole team. It impacts productivity. It impacts any change initiative. And so that's the opportunity. So I'm just going to give you a little like 60-second reset that you can use if something comes up for you and things get really heated or you start to feel that tension. And the first piece of this is to name what's true, right? Name that shared goal. So you can say something like, we both want a strong outcome here. And that tends to neutralize, right? And then you can take that next step and name the tension without kind of putting any blame on anyone. So you can say something like, we're stuck on how to get there. So we want the outcome, but we're really stuck on the how potentially. And then you need to make space. This is the tricky part because all of us, kind of get attached to different things. So you need to make space for true listening with a clean question. And so that question to invite the team member who's kind of struggling or team members, what feels most at risk for you right now, or what matters most to you in this? And then you have to pause, right? Close your mouth, let them answer, and really listen. Because underneath most conflict is a perceived loss. I'm just going to say that again. Usually, conflict stems from somebody perceiving that they're going to lose something. They may not even know it or know how to name it. That's why this is so important. So sometimes it's a timeline, sometimes it's budget, right? Sometimes it's credibility, and sometimes it's values. So, like someone is trying to protect people or protect the customer, the public, if they're public servants, right? Protect the quality of what they're trying to deliver. And so, there's a lot of values based decisions that can come up that, maybe you're not really thinking about it in that way. And when you name what's at risk and what matters, people generally soften. And then you can get to solving the real problem together. So I'll leave you with that. I'm curious if this resonates and if you can apply it to a change that you're leading in this early part of the year in 2026. So many conflicting priorities and a lot going on for folks. Okay, good luck, and we'll see you next time.